For case number 21, February 26, 2025, it's for a business administrator. I just quickly want to note that the USCIS gave one criteria, which is publishing. They were published, and then the AAO took it away. They said the director concluded without further comment that the petitioner has satisfied this criteria, published material about the alien. As explained below, we disagree. And this is some citations and analysis on which we just hear. The published material should be about the person, relating to the person's work in the field. See Noruzi v. Napolitano, 905 F sub 2D 535 2012, holding that the articles about the Iranian table tennis team, which only briefly mentioned the person, were not about him. See also Negro-Plumpe v. Okin, 2008, WL 106997512, D. Nevada, 2008. It says, concluding that articles focusing on a character played by the person or the show he performed in were not about the person. And then published material that includes only a brief citation or passing reference to the person's work is not about the person. Then it follows up, however, upon review of these reports, and so the petitioner submitted numerous media reports pertaining to logistics and supply chain management for beverages in China. And it says, however, upon review of these reports, many of which were duplicate reports featured in multiple sources, it appears that the submitted materials are primarily about the Chinese beverage industry and the role the petitioner employs in the industry. While we acknowledge that the reports contain information about his employer's advances in the field, and that some of the submitted reports include his photograph and a short quote from him, the submitted documentation does not discuss the merits of the petitioner's work, his standing in the field, any significant impact his work has on the field, or any information so as to be considered published material about the petitioner as required by his criteria. It's for a developer of semiconductors and related technology. It was an Indian gentleman, and they got participation as judge of others and authorship of scholarly work, so citations and probably reviewing other citations. So again, the scientist field, you can knock out two pretty quickly. But then they go to, they're trying to get the third one, which is original contributions, which is some interesting stuff here. They say the petitioner submitted 13 letters from experts in electronic packaging and semiconductor thermal management fields and proof of the beneficiary's authorship or co-authorship of 14 published articles in the field since 2019. The company also submitted evidence that he has reviewed peers' articles in the field of professional journalism. They say the company submitted. I think they did an EB1B through the company, which I don't like people doing that. I like self-submitting. Okay. The director found that the beneficiary's articles reflect original contributions in the field. Okay, that's good. But the director concluded that the evidence insufficiently demonstrates the purported major significance of his contribution. That's what becomes so hard about this, because you got to be able to explain some complex stuff. First of all, it has to be real original contribution and major significance, but explaining that's hard. So first they say number of citations. They provide a printout showing he had 170 citations, which looks good, especially for NIWs. That would have been good. But then it says the director found that the website showed that others in the electronic packaging field had each written more than 450 published articles, generating more than 11,000 citations. Not sure exactly what that means. There's a footnote that says, also an expert who provided a letter in support of his petition stated that he has authored more than 300 published articles in the field. So this guy only did how many? He has 170 citations. How many articles was there? 13 articles, letters, 14 published articles in co-authorship. So he didn't do much compared, I guess. They look at that. I'm not sure how USA is, if it's true or not what they're saying. But on appeal, the petitioner, because there's so much analysis and comparison, I haven't done the research, but I'm always hesitant on these kind of things. On appeal, the petitioner submits evidence of other researchers who say have had major significance on the field and have generated fewer citations than a beneficiary.